She's very nice actually. She's got a lovely little tail with lovely and fat and very nicely ringed. Okay, you ready to go?
Okay. Well, we've already seen now a brown marble mature female, and we have seen a mature chocolate spotted female. Our latest is a gold spotted immature female. And how old is this young lady now?
6 months. 6 months old.
A 6 months old female kitten, gold spotted. And of course here you're going to see the paler colors, and I'll let you describe further. By the standard, old gold markings against a rich cream background, rufous tonings on the tips, nose, underside of paws and tail tips intensify the color to bronze. The nose leather is pinkish orange outlined in bronze, and the paw pads are pink. And to those in ACFA, the cream here is the cream of a color, not necessarily the cream of genetics, because there is no genetic red in this breed at all. So we're talking the color of cream from milk, not in terms of cream from red. So I'll let you continue.
Right. Well, we have, of course, the 3 forms of the brown gene, which, of course, in the natural self-coloured would be black, brown, and light brown. That's what the genes are actually called. And, of course, then you dilute them by the Burmese dilute, so we end up with brown chocolate, and in our case, of course, we call it gold because it is a very, well, it is a unique colour in that it's a combination of genes which gives you a colour which you can't see in any other cat at all. This is a colour which is very slow to develop. These kittens are often really white at birth, and in fact you get one of those little tiny really pale ones out, or a couple of them, and we'll show you a couple of kittens which could be chocolate, lilac, gold or peach, and it's very, very hard to tell when they're babies. This little person was almost white at birth, and it takes, well, they'll be 6 weeks before they start to get any coloration at all. If they're well coloured and you think you can tell what colour they are when they're born, they're going to be too dark. This kitten is developing really nicely. She's got good markings, and even now, however delicate they are, you can see that the markings are still broken on the back. Okay. And here we have a couple of little tiny babies. And you hold them out within view. These little people, they're only a bit over a week old. These little persons, they belong to that chocolate mummy actually. I've no idea what colour they're going to be yet, but they could be any of those 4 colours. Before Mummy gets frantic.
Yes.
Now that takes all those 6 months to develop as far as this, and this colour's probably not going to develop an awful lot further. I would think a little bit darker in the markings, and certainly a bit more colour on the ears as she gets older, and certainly the facial markings, which are quite well defined in this gold. This is probably one of the more difficult colours to breed. I think in this breed that there are 3 colours which are very difficult. One is to get a blue which is of the sufficient and suitable colour balance. Then there's the gold, which is difficult to not get too dark or almost completely white. There's plenty of ones in my old pedigrees which have got ear colour, nose colour, straw-coloured bodies and a little bit of colour on their tail, and that's all the colour they've got. Now obviously that's not enough. So it's a matter of striking a balance somewhere in the middle, which really means that we don't want coats which are too heavily pigmented, and that's why some of the browns that we see on the bench both don't look misted enough and look too dark, and that is in fact because they're too heavily pigmented, and it does include that lovely cat that we've just looked at with the lovely marbling. She really is a bit too dark. I would like a paler cat. All of the colours should be on the paler, more pastel side, otherwise we'll not get the correct expression of the gold and my third most difficult colour, which is the peach.